LeBron James breaks silence after Wembanyama's terrifying injury update. This was supposed to be his moment. The night everything finally clicked, the night the future of the NBA stood tall and untouchable. And then, in 1 second, it all changed. Victor Wembanyama hit the floor and the entire basketball world stopped breathing. Because this wasn't just a fall. This felt different. This felt dangerous. And now, even LeBron James is speaking out. Tuesday night in San Antonio was electric. The crowd was loud, the lights were bright, and Wembanyama had just been crowned Defensive Player of the Year. Not just any win, a unanimous win. At 22 years old, think about that. Every single voter chose him. No debate. No hesitation. The league had already made up its mind. This is the next face of basketball. The arena was shaky. The Spurs were rolling. Just 2 days earlier, Wemby dropped 35 points in his playoff debut, breaking a record that stood for nearly 3 decades. A record held by Tim Duncan. Yeah, that Tim Duncan. Everything was lining up perfectly until it wasn't. Midway through the second quarter, Wembanyama spun into the paint. Contact. A foul. He lost balance. And then he went down hard. No hands to catch himself. No time to react. His jaw hit the hardwood. For most players, that's bad. For a 7'4" giant, that's brutal. The arena went silent. Fans froze. Teammates rushed in. Wemby stayed down. Seconds felt like minutes. He finally sat up, holding his head, trying to process what just happened. The lights were too bright. The moment too heavy. And then he walked off, just like that. 18 minutes later, the update dropped. Concussion protocol. Out for the game. But here's the truth. No one wanted to say out loud, it didn't feel like just out for the game. It felt bigger, scarier. Because this wasn't just any player. This is Victor Wembanyama, the guy everyone believes will run the league. And even LeBron James knows it. Just weeks ago, LeBron said something that shocked fans everywhere. He admitted he's glad he won't have to face Wembanyama in his prime. Think about that. A man who dominated the NBA for over 2 decades saying he's relieved he won't have to deal with this kid at his peak. That's not hype. That's respect. That's reality. So when news broke about Wemby's injury, it hit differently. Because LeBron understands something most people don't. How fragile all of this really is. One moment, you're on top of the world. The next, you're in a dark room going through concussion tests, hoping everything is okay. No crowd, no noise, just silence. And here's where it gets serious. A concussion isn't something you push through. There's no rushing it, no shortcuts. The NBA has strict steps. Testing, monitoring, clearance from specialists. And even if Wemby feels fine, that doesn't mean he is fine. That's the scary part, because this kind of injury doesn't always show itself right away. Meanwhile, the game went on. The Spurs fought hard. They even built a lead. But without Wembanyama, something was missing. That edge, that fear factor, that presence. And Portland took advantage. They came back. They won. Series tied 1-1. Just like that, momentum shifted. And now the big question, what happens next? Best case, Wemby clears protocol quickly and returns soon. Worst case, he misses multiple games, maybe even the entire series. And if that happens, everything changes. Because let's be honest, the Spurs are good. But with Wembanyama, they're dangerous. Without him, they're vulnerable. And in the playoffs, that's all it takes. But this story isn't just about wins and losses. It's about something deeper. It's about timing. Because right now, the NBA is in a rare moment. LeBron James is still here, still performing at an elite level in his 23rd season. And at the same time, Wembanyama is rising. 2 eras crossing paths. That doesn't happen often. And maybe that's why this injury feels so heavy. Because for a brief moment, we saw the future and the past sharing the same stage. And then the future hit the floor. But here's the twist no one's talking about. This moment might actually define Wembanyama's career, not because of the injury, but because of how he responds to it. Does he rush back? Or does he learn what LeBron learned over 20 plus years? That longevity matters more than one game, more than one series, more than one season. Because greatness isn't just about how high you rise. It's about how long you stay there. Right now, the basketball world is waiting for updates, waiting for good news, waiting to see number 1 back on the court. Because when Wembanyama plays, everything feels bigger, more exciting, more alive. And he will be back. That part isn't the question. The only question is when. Until then, the playoffs continue. The Spurs keep fighting. LeBron keeps leading. But deep down, everyone is thinking the same thing. The game just isn't the same without him. And for the first time in a long time, the future feels uncertain.